How's it going?
It's going.
What's happening?
Not much.
What's up, everybody? Hello, welcome to the show.
Happy Sunday, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in.
No, don't say that. Quit it. We're not millennials.
Sorry.
We're younger.
Sorry.
We're old, man. We don't say welcome in. How did that start? How?
I don't know.
Anyway, guys, welcome to the show. It's Sunday. This is Sunday Live Haul. What's happening? 2 weeks in a row doing our show. I think that's like a new record for the summer.
Pretty
Almost.
Pretty much, yeah.
What's happening? Things have been busy here. I'm sure busy for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl has said it's under 30 days till the remix, which
It is.
I'm like, geez, today is the 19th. The 19th of October, exactly a month from now, is going to be the first day of our Boss Reseller remix as far as the conference itself goes. Although the night before, on the 18th, we are having a meet and greet. So
we are. We're having a meet and greet at the Golden Nugget.
Yeah, the Troy Bar.
The Troy Bar, which we have rented out for the entire night. Well, it's like 4 hours, 7 to 11. That's the entire night.
For old people, that's the entire night.
It.
Okay, we're shutting the town down at 11 p.m. So yeah, I would say that's true. But anyway, so just real quick, we do need to keep the show high and tight like my hair today because we are going to something right after the show. And so we need to be done by latest 20 after 3, which whatever time it is in your time, but for our time. So anyway, but we do have a couple things that we need to cover. So first of all, speaking of the Boss Reseller remix, like we said, the time is counting down. It's going faster and faster.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of deadlines. We are going to stop selling tickets completely on the 10th. So the 10th of October, that's going to be your last chance to be able to get a ticket.
So you approximately have about 3 weeks to buy a ticket. If you have not purchased a ticket yet,
mm-hmm.
you have 3 weeks to get one. If you do not get one by the 10th, you will not be able to buy one. So,
and the other deadline is the 1st of October, because one of the things you get along with your ticket, you get a swag bag, and in your swag bag, you get a Boss Reseller Remix t-shirt.
Among lots of other
We
cool
need
stuff.
to get the t-shirts made, and we got to make sure everybody has their sizes. So you only have until the 1st of October to get your ticket if you want to make sure that you are going to get a Boss Reseller Remix t-shirt. But if you miss that deadline, you will still have until the 10th to be able to get a ticket. So there are still some tickets left. We're super excited. We went to a final kind of walkthrough of the venue this week,
Mm-hmm.
and we got even more excited. And we got to see like the red carpet, which we're excited about. That's for the big party at the end. It's going to be a really, really awesome week.
Yeah, we were real excited to do our final walkthrough, check out some of the rooms again, try to visualize placement for all of the tables and things like that. We got to figure out where we're putting signage. That was kind of like the final touches. We had to figure out how many signs and where they're going to go and all that kind of stuff for all of our vendors and sponsors and all that stuff. It was super exciting. So it's getting closer and closer. We've got all of our contracts in place. We've got all the swag is coming in the mail. You should see the pile of stuff I have in the corner of the living room right now.
Yeah.
We're super excited. So if you are thinking about buying a ticket, or if you are on the fence about buying a ticket, get off your ass and get one, because you
now you're just being abusive. You don't need to start yelling.
You do not have much more time to get one. So
and one last thing, Super Sale Trish, our friend Trish Glenn, Super Sale Trish on Instagram has been making the funniest videos. A lot of them have been for the Boss Reseller Remix. She's been taking lots of footage and photographs and really silly stuff and putting them together. It's really
she's
funny.
Been digging deep on everybody's social media accounts and pulling up old videos and old photos and turning them into reels and videos. And let me tell you something, she is hysterical. She's been making me laugh every day with, You want to be a reseller?
Yeah. So make sure you're following her on Instagram and go check out some of those videos because they're really, really funny. Super Sale Trish, and she will be at the Boss Reseller Remix. Okay, one more thing before we get into our show. I want to say really, really quick, and we're not going to get into this. We're not going to talk about it. But the other thing that happened this week is we finally came to an end of our 2-month court battle with Jason T. Smith. It is finally completely over. Just really, really quick. In July of 2019, he sued us. We fought back. We won. He appealed that decision. We won again in front of the Nevada Supreme Court, unanimous decision. So it is now going into case law. It's set precedents. So we're super excited about that. And then just this last week, it finally was all done and over with. He had to pay all of our lawyers' fees for both the original lawsuit and the appeal, and then some. And so it ended up totaling $209,000, all of which now has been paid in full to us and our lawyers. So it is finally completely done. It only took 2 years and 2 months. So,
don't anybody tell you that the court system moves slowly.
It does. So we're just really happy about that. We had thought about doing like another video, but we're like, what's the point? It's stupid. We're done with it. We're over it. But we wanted to give you guys kind of a final update. And we have, I have the court documents linked below. So if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about or wants to know more about it, feel free to go to that link and you can see all of the documents from the entire court case and share it with your friends if they'd like to know about it too. And that's about it.
It's all there. It's all there in black and white. Everything that was submitted to the court by both parties for the entire thing. We didn't redact anything. So feel free to read up yourself.
There you go.
Come to your own conclusions.
Yes, and Jill, you are correct. That was an expensive mistake, but we're glad that we were able to correct it. All right, guys. So with that being said, we're going to go into our show. Your grand doggy is playing with her toy right now. It's really, really cute. She'll come on camera here in a little bit, but we're going to do our regular Sunday show, which is broken up into 3 parts. First, we do our real numbers. We look at our gross numbers for the last week and break down some of those fees and cost of goods, whatnot, to look at how we're doing. Second part of the show, we look at some sales highlights, some of the cool things we sold over the last week that we think are interesting or maybe educational. And then the last part, we do our haul, which I did go and do a bulk buy at yesterday's Fits. I also have a couple things that I picked up when we were in Long Beach. You went to some thrift stores, I think. And
I went sourcing with my daughter, who is here this week. I'm going to bring her on camera in a bit so you guys could say hello. Went sourcing a little bit with my daughter. I actually went to the bins with Corey last week and picked up from my regular weekly source this week and last week. And I also, what else did I do? And I had one of our viewers actually reached out to me.
Did you say viewers?
Viewers reached out to me. Sylvia, if you happen to be watching, thank you again. She reached out to me. She had a bunch of vintage clothing that she wanted to unload, and she sent me this huge box chock full of stuff, and she would not let me pay her. It was an extremely generous gesture that she was thinking of me, and I very much appreciate what she sent. And I'm going to actually show a couple of things that she sent to me. So I've got some new stuffs to show.
Very cool. Very, very cool. All right. Do you want to just get into it?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's see. Would you like to introduce your daughter first?
Well, why not? Because she's not going to want to stay on the camera for very long. So I'm going to introduce her. Allie, you want to come?
She says, sure.
And let me correct myself. See, I named her Alexandria and I call her Allie, but everyone else in the world except me calls her Kitty. So she would like me to introduce her as Kitty, I'm sure. So this is her.
And this is the grand puppy.
This is my grand puppy, Gretchen. She is the best doggy ever, except for our dogs, of course.
Yeah, but I've heard you saying some pretty
love her.
Horrible things of betrayal to this dog against our dogs. Just saying.
Yeah, I love her. I would love to adopt her. So that's Gretchen. She's a good dog. And this is the child.
This is the child.
I know she looks super young. It is because, I'm super young. So therefore, she's really about 10. Just want you to know. No, really. She is almost 29. She's just got a baby face. And I had her when I was 10. So there you go.
That's weird.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, she lives just outside of San Francisco, and she's here visiting and helping me do a physical inventory. She's been here for a week now, and we're about halfway done.
You having fun with that?
No.
No.
But most people find this stuff boring, so thankfully my hyper focus just clicks in and I can just, go through it all.
Yeah. It's very tedious, which we knew it was going to be. But I will say, I'm going to give you guys the final total. We talked about it last week. I'll give you the final total when we're all said and done.
Probably next week, yeah.
It'll probably be next week. But I want to say we are about halfway done. And I can tell you that so far we have found about 15 items that are not listed. 15 out of about 4,000. So, or about 2,000 that we've gone through, I have to say. So,
but you're a really meticulous, organized person. And so that certainly helps you notice when things are dropping off, or
I
you
am.
know.
I am very meticulous. She, she can tell it's pretty organized. However, this is the running joke here on our channel is that I do not do inventory. People ask all the time, tell me about your inventory system. What system? I don't have a system. I just happen to know where everything is. So I'll save my thoughts for until we're entirely done, but I'm going to say, I don't think it would be, I don't think inventory is necessarily the best thing for everybody. I don't think a physical inventory is necessary for everyone.
Yeah.
That's going to be my theory.
Well, let's see.
So far.
Maybe those
We'll
bins,
see how it
half
goes.
of the things in the bins have fallen off. You don't know.
We'll see how it goes. And yes, she would be a good posh reseller. She is not a reseller, although she has all of the skills to do so. She is in school still, or back in school, wanting to further her degree. And I think she would be an excellent reseller, but she has not caught the bug yet, although I've been doing it for most of her life. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe sometime.
Yeah, I like to shop, but I don't really like to get rid of things that I buy. Even if I don't wear them, they just kind of sit in my closet. And I love thrifting. It's something that has always been a passion. Even before my mom was a reseller, my grandmother would take me to thrift stores.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we would get, just cool outfits. We didn't grow up super richy, so it wasn't like, we were never really buying designer brands, but
no, we did not. She did not grow up rich at all. I was a single mom for the most.
Actually,
of her
my entire
life.
outfit right now is thrifted. This cardigan,
How
this
many,
skirt, this bodysuit.
How many pieces have you yoinked so far from your mom's inventory?
Oh, that too.
Only 6.
Only
That's
6.
the cost of
And
doing
all
inventory.
of them were less than $50. So
Except-
I really feel like I'm just earning my keep here.
Except for the For Love and Lemons dress was a good one that she yoinked. However, it's new with tax.
However, it fits me perfectly, like it was made for me. So
It's true. It's true. So I do wish that she were here for living much closer for several reasons. As you can see, she's super tiny. She's got the perfect little model body. And you guys all know that I sell primarily vintage women's clothing. And vintage women's clothing, let's face it, it's super tiny. It does not fit my body. She would be a perfect in-person model for most of my stuff. So she is going to model
what she's
a
saying
couple
is
of
I
things.
don't have boobs, so I can fit really tiny things that require you to not have boobs for them. I can
A lot of her stuff, a lot of my stuff. would fit.
just contact her. I can be outsourced. It's just
It's true.
I only live 8 hours away in California.
There you go. Can you roll your eyes though?
But can you roll your? Oh yes,
Better
yes.
than her, I think.
Yeah, she has stronger eye muscles. I think I learned how to roll my eyes because I was a mom. Yeah, it started by like trying to hold my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which she
from
also
her
can't
antics.
do.
No, I can't do
So,
that.
I don't really know where the eye roll came from.
And neither can she. So yeah, she is definitely my child.
It's true. All right. Thanks
So-
for coming and hanging out.
Yeah.
with us.
Thanks for saying hi to the peeps.
Of course.
And Gretchen.
Gretchen, you want to say hi?
Come on, Gretchen, one more time. This is hold on. This is her toy that she's been squeaking this whole time. Now it's a little gooey.
She stole it because I'm a bad mom and I didn't pack toys. So
Mhm.
this is her cousin's toys.
You gonna take it?
Her
There you go.
cousins? Would they be her cousins?
I don't know.
I don't know what they
I
think.
don't understand animal relations.
I don't know.
All right. I think they'd be her aunts.
Her aunts?
Her puppy aunts. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're your stepchildren or stepsisters.
That's weird. I don't like that.
It is weird.
I don't like that. All right. Have fun, guys.
All right. Okay, guys, we're going to hop right in. We got about an hour, so we got to bust through our 3 sections in an hour. And Cheryl was making fun of me for saying that we had to keep on time. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and look at my numbers first. Mine are a little bit better than last week, but still meh. It's pretty sad when I'm just excited that I made it over $1,000 on eBay because eBay's been real rough. So here's what I've got to break down here. I had 19 eBay orders, 18 Etsy and Thrilling orders. 3 of those were Thrilling, and nothing on Instagram. 8 between Grilled or Mercari, and 45 altogether. I think 1 was Mercari and 7 Grailed. The dog is playing. eBay, my gross sales, $1,303.73. Etsy and Thrilling together, $673.18. 200 of that was Thrilling. Again, nothing on Instagram. And then between Grailed and Mercari, $632. Only 100 of that was Mercari. So Grailed was really the stronger one this week. So my total gross sales, $2,608.91. My shipping, not too bad, $148.46. And you can see the breakdown of my fees there. My cost of goods, $390. And so my net total sales, $1,773.04. So I really like to hit 2,000 and above, but I'm not going to be too choosy because it's been, the sales have been pretty rough over the last, I'd say, couple of months. Gross average sale price, $57.98. Generally, my goal is 70 and above, but man, it's like so much lower price stuff has been selling lately.
Pulling teeth. It's pulling teeth, guys.
It really is. And so my net average sale price, $39.40. So again, it's fine. I think that doing $2,600 gross is amazing compared, especially to how I was doing 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So I really can't complain. And I'm looking forward to seeing what fourth quarter is going to be like.
Here's hoping. I don't know.
All right. What do you got going on?
Not too much higher than yours. So I did 29 orders on eBay, 13 between Etsy and Thrilling. I think only 4 of those were Thrilling this week.
Mm-hmm.
I was much slower this week on Thrilling than last week. I did 15 on Poshmark and 1 on Mercari for a total of 58 orders. 1632 on eBay, 528 and change on Etsy, 400 even on Poshmark. $30 on Mercari, and Thrilling was $280 for total gross $28.70 and 58 cents. So my shipping was $258, and then you see the breakdown of all the fees: eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, Mercari, and I think we have Thrilling is thrown in under with Etsy. Mm-hmm. So just about $610 in total costs. My cost of goods relatively low at $203. And my total net just over $2,000.
That's good.
So my gross average sale price right around $50, which is not bad because my average sale price has been lower lately because my cost of goods is lower and I am selling lower priced items, as we've talked about with my with what I've been sourcing lately. So, but my net average sale price $35 and change. Not too bad.
Yep. Yeah. So it's like, even with our slow sales over the last, a bunch of months, it's like the reality is we're doing fine. It's just, it really has felt like pulling teeth, like all these last many, many weeks. And so it could be kind of
a lot of work. It's been a lot of work for sales.
When you work really hard at this over years and you have this like forward momentum, and then you kind of feel like it kind of grinds to a halt, and then you just kind of have to eke through it.
Yeah, it's like you're scratching and clawing.
It's like, yeah, and you're ready, especially you with all your new sources and stuff like that, and your ability to have other people to help you out with some of your work. It's like you're ready to like jump forward. And so
I'm ready to launch. I'm at the point where I really was looking into wanting to do warehouse space next year. Mm-hmm. Warehouse space and getting everything out of my home. And I'm not at the point where I was hoping to be financially this year. If I had been able to continue last year's momentum into this year, which did not happen, I actually dropped about 30%. I would have been ready to jump into warehouse space next year, which would have freed up all the space in the house. We would not have been looking to move to a bigger home or buy a bigger home. Which is what we've been talking about because we are maxed out here. Mm-hmm. And moving into some warehouse space, but right now that would just cut into my profits because my profits are lower this year than they were last year. Yeah. So it's now I'm like in a holding pattern. I was that was my plan to do that for next year. And right now I'm like, I don't know if I can. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a little irritated.
It'll be interesting to see what happens though with like now that we've both added Thrilling as platforms, which is promising so far, and then what you've been able to do with Posh over this last year. So it's kind of like you might probably I think you'll still be able to hit the numbers you hit last year. It's just you should have done more because
I should have done more. And see, Adele, office space is not cheap here. For me to get the warehouse space that I need, which would have to be bigger than the space that I'm currently using within our home, bigger than a 2.5 car garage plus an extra spare bedroom. It has to be bigger than that, right? For me to have room for growth and have office space there, room to ship, room to photograph, get it all out of the house, right? So in order for me to do that, that's going to cost me at least $1,500 a month plus insurance and utilities, which means that I need to be making at least that much more per month in order to justify it.
Yeah.
It can't be, I can't take that off of my income now, or that there's really no justification for it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I see, well, Dana is now our new realtor, and she's got a couple houses for us to check out. So that's awesome. All right. So let's jump into looking at our sales highlights for the last week. I don't know. I don't think I have anything too crazy. How about you? Hello.
No, I don't have anything. I'm sorry. I was reading the comments. I apologize. No, nothing too spectacular to talk about.
All right. So what you got here? What's this?
So this is kind of weird, actually. So I picked this up about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. I paid $5 for it. One of those big fuzzy mohair sweaters I picked up at that huge outside prop sale. I paid $5 for it. It sold within a couple of days, but it sold for more than you see there. I had listed it for $79.95, and I sent offers to watchers the next day. I do that all the time. It sold for $65, and then my store went on sale a few hours later, and for some reason, it's showing the sale price, but it didn't sell for that. It sold for $65, not $55. It sold for $65 even, plus shipping international. It ended up going to Sweden. So I ended up making about an extra $10 on shipping as well. So it sold for, I made about $75 on a $5
So you probably made as much as you would have made if you sold it domestically, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
At full price. All right. First one for me. This one isn't like super exciting or anything, but the reason I wanted to bring this up is I've sent out offers to buyers. This one sold for $65. This is a tiny little shirt. It's a little vintage University of Chicago t-shirt. I paid $5 for it. And this is where it's like, you don't have to undervalue your stuff. This is cool. I like the little rainbow thing going on across it. It wasn't really good condition, but super, super tiny. And I still was able to sell it for $65. I bought it for $5. I think this is one I bought from Enrique and like a big bunch of university t-shirts from 70s and 80s. But it's just kind of a cool shirt. But I feel like this is something that somebody would throw up on eBay for $15. And because I do feel like a lot of people undervalue their items. But I also at the same time do understand that some people want to move their stuff more quickly. So it really just depends on how you want to do it. I'm totally, I can complain all day about slow sales. And yes, if I sold my stuff for half of what I priced it for now, I probably would be able to get a lot more volume going through. But you know what? I like my pace and I'm not there yet. So but anyway, $5 into $65 for just an old 80s Champion brand university t-shirt. I love it.
It's because it has a rainbow.
I love it. All right, what's this fancy thing?
This is just a basic dress that I had picked up at, I think I got this one at Deseret. So I paid about $4 or $5 for it. Just a basic 70s, early 80s type of dress, secretary dress with the bow. And it sold for the price you see there at $62 and change. This was actually also an international sale, so I did make a little bit of money on the shipping as well. Yeah, that's 80s. So yeah, you look at it. It's got little shoulder pads. It has the bow around the neck. So this type of dress, it's all about the photographs. If you see something like this on a hanger, it's going to look like crap. You see something like this in a flat light, it's going to look like crap. If you can't make a business type of dress or a polyester type of dress look nice on a hanger and look nice in photographs, it is never going to sell, because someone has to see that this looks nice in the photographs in order to picture themselves wearing it. Mm-hmm. And these photographs are excellent. These are photographs Crystal took with, and then you use Photo Room to get rid of the background. And because the photos pop so well, it looks really good. And I think that is what sold this dress. This is a very basic, no name brands, very common type of dress that someone would wear to the office in the early 80s. Absolutely 9 to 5 movie type of style. So the fact that I can get $62 plus shipping international for it when people are selling these dresses for $10 or $15, sure, it took probably 6 months to sell, but that's the nature of vintage for me.
Yep. All right. Next up, so this is kind of a cool t-shirt. It's not your typical Harley Davidson t-shirt, but it's got these bikes on it, and they were nice enough to put the names of the bikes on there. So when I looked it up, I was like, oh, these are all specific Harley Davidson engines and types of bikes over the years. So I'm like, some collector's going to want this. So I think I've only had this listed for maybe a month, if not even a month. And it sold for the price you see there, $97.99, and it went to Australia. So I paid like $15 for it. It's literally been listed for, I'd say, like maybe 3 weeks. Sold it for $97.99, plus they paid $25 shipping, and it went to Australia. So I made some good money on that. But something like this, again, I'm not going to underprice it. It looked unique, something interesting. Somebody who's like a real bike enthusiast would look at this and want to have it. So
listen, Valerie, everybody needs a crystal. If my daughter lived here, if she lived in town, I would do the warehouse space and expand and hire my daughter to work for me, as well as Crystal. So if I could have 2 people working for me, I would be able to expand immediately. But because I can never, I never say never, but I doubt I could find somebody as good as Crystal. So therefore, I'm not ready to make that move yet.
Yeah. All right. Next up.
This I've had for quite a while. This actually came from my clothing vault haul, which was exactly a year ago that we went and picked that up, because it came up in the memories yesterday. And it was actually Teresa had shared the memory because she was with us and we picked everything up in Phoenix last year. So it was listed under a year, but it was picked up a year ago and it sold. I wanted to show I could sell t-shirts.
Yes, you can.
Like Katy.
Just like me.
It sold for $63 plus shipping.
Very risque.
Yep.
Suds, and sex.
Vintage 70s iron-on. I thought it was a cool one. Yep. It's got that glitter iron-on.
I always like the sneakers tag.
Me too.
It's one of those tags that I always, whenever I see it, I'm happy to see it. All right. Next up is this Slayer tank top, this vintage 1992 Slatanic tank top. I got this. I haven't had this from him for very long either. I think I got this not this last time, but the time before. But within the last month. Tank tops or sleeveless t-shirts, they generally don't sell for as much as regular t-shirts do, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to sell. I did not sell it for the price you see here. I paid, let's see, I have it written down here, $50 for it. From yesterday's fits, and I listed it high, but somebody offered me $150, and I just wanted to get some stuff moving. And like I said, I didn't put a lot into it. I just got it. I just listed it. If somebody wants to give me a quick offer, and I'm like, you know what, $150, that's good. I paid $50 for it. Make some quick money, free up more capital for future inventory. So I was happy with that. But yeah, don't underestimate being able to sell a good tank top. Tank tops sell too. It's a cool shirt. I mean, it's kind of boring because it doesn't have anything on the back, but still, Slayer stuff always sells really well. So $50 into $150. Ooh.
This is one. Yeah, I sold this one. It was listed for, I don't even know, maybe a week, less than a week. Katy picked up 2 of these for me from yesterday's fits. I paid
30
a piece. I thought it was 40. So I paid 30 a piece. And it sold for the price 40. You see there. No, I think you started at 40 and I countered at 30. I think that's what happened.
You got 2 of them.
I got 2 of them. So I paid 30 a piece, and it sold for $149.95. Nice. I still have one left that's black with red. These were dead stock. They had never been worn. You could tell they were super crisp. Vintage Letterman sweaters. Very cool.
You had a white one too, but it had bled.
Yep. I didn't want that one, so I passed on that one. So these 2, it was listed maybe a week. I don't even think it was a full week. It sold for $149.95.
That's kind of the cool thing about our relationship with Jesse at yesterday's fits, because this is the kind of stuff that he's not going to really do well selling in his shop, because people come in there looking for streetwear. But he still knows the value of some of this stuff. So he's really good with vintage. So he'll still grab it. And then Vikki ends up getting a really good deal on some really cool vintage.
Yeah. Cause he knows this kind of stuff isn't going to sell in his store, but he also knows that I'll buy it.
Yeah. But he'll put it up on his eBay store, but he's always happy to move it along and just make some quick money. All right. Next up for me, I tell you, I did not sell it for this much, but if you guys remember when Lorna was here in town, Vikki and Lorna went to the bins And this was one of Lorna's scores, and she ended up just giving it to me because she was kind of didn't have a whole lot of space in her
She
luggage.
was well overpacked.
She was way overpacked, and this was a bigger thing. And I thought this was really cool. And so she just gave it to me. And so I was like, okay. And so I listed it very high. But again, I got an offer. I mean, now it's been up for what, a couple months? It's been a month and a half whenever she was here.
About 2 months.
So it's been listed for a while. Somebody made an offer for $150. And again, I'm into it for $0. I was hoping to get maybe like around $200. But when somebody offered me $150, again, that's one of those things where you tell yourself, you know what? Good enough. I didn't pay any money for this. $150 is a nice chunk of change. It's a really cool jacket. And so I got to give a shout out to Lorna, who I'm sure is probably not watching, but I'll tell her later that I did sell this for $150.
It was also super stained, remember? And
I washed it.
You washed it, and I think you bleached it.
I didn't bleach it, but I treated it and I washed it. And I think that's when, after I'd done all the work for her, she was like, you know what? You can just have it. And I was like, sweet. So I did work for it a little bit, a little elbow grease in there.
Little elbow grease. Yeah. Little sweat equity.
Yeah. All right.
So these sold on, this is one of the things I want to talk about, like when we talk about cross-posting and why cross-posting is so important and why you are going to find a different buyer on every platform. I picked these up at a Goodwill when I was sourcing with, I think I was with Dana, maybe 6 weeks ago or so. We went to a Goodwill and I paid $4, maybe $6 for these. And I picked them up and they were vintage and I knew they were vintage. I actually thought they were more valuable than they are. But then I came home and I looked them up on eBay and I saw they were pretty common on eBay and people are selling them for like $20 and $25. So I was like, damn it, these are worth more than that. So I priced them pretty high, knowing that they were going to be priced higher on other platforms. So they ended up selling on Etsy, and I kind of thought they would sell on Etsy. Not for a ton, but they sold for $60 on
awesome.
Etsy. And these are going international as well. So they sold for $60 plus shipping on Etsy, where I think the average sale price for this particular brand, and they're fairly common, which I didn't expect because I don't ever comp anything out in the wild. I didn't expect they were that common. They sell for like $20, $25. So that's where cross-posting makes sense.
When I first started selling, and I would sell just about anything, I started getting into men's clothes. I would buy like shorts, at the bins. I would buy like cargo shorts, and I bought multiple pairs like this, and they just didn't really sell that well for me. But that was when I was only selling on eBay, and plus buyers change, so it's interesting.
So I'm going to answer Tracy's question real quick. Tracy asked, Vikki, what made you no longer have free shipping on any of your items anymore? And is it not good to have both best offer and free shipping on items? Trying to decide what would work best for us. So you really have to try. It depends on what you sell, and it depends on your specific business model. For me, because I sell vintage items, I don't have competition for 99% of what I sell. You're not going to find my exact same item from 20 different stores. So if somebody wants what I have, they're going to pay what I'm asking for it, and they're going to pay shipping if they want it. So there is absolutely no reason for me to offer free shipping. I have no competition. Free shipping is something, it's a gimmick, right? So free shipping is important if you have competition. If you're selling something that is a common brand that anybody can walk out and buy right now, you're selling J. Crew, if you're selling Banana Republic, if you're selling Anthropologie, if you're selling Ann Taylor, if you're selling any mall brand crap that you can buy anywhere, then you have to have an edge on the competition. And that is very often going to need to be free shipping and a lower price, or best offer, or all of the above. When I'm selling something that's a vintage 1970s or 1960s item, nobody else is going to have that exact same item. So if somebody wants what I have, they're going to pay what I'm asking for it, and they're going to pay shipping.
Right. See, and I'm selling vintage t-shirts, but there are plenty of people that probably go in and go, okay, I'm just going to look at some cool t-shirts, size large, and just look at stuff. They aren't necessarily going to be looking for a specific one. So I'm kind of like in between where, yes, I've got some really cool, unique pieces, but they might be in amongst a whole bunch of other vintage t-shirts. And so for me, for my preference of my business, I do free shipping because I'm not price competitive, but I'd rather have free shipping to at least help somewhat bump me up in the search and hopefully entice somebody to want to buy my item, even though they're willing to pay more to get it. So really, you should just be trying different ways yourself and see what you
And I've
think
done
works.
both. I've done both. I don't offer best offer on my items because I'm sending out offers constantly. Every day I send out offers for people that are liking my items, first of all. So that doesn't, and I don't want to get crappy best offers, and I don't want to deal with it. So I don't bother because I send out aggressive offers to buyers. So I don't need to have best offer on my items. I also run sales constantly. So I don't need to have best offers. I don't want somebody sending me a best offer on a $30 item because I'm never going to sell it for less than $30. I don't take $8 offers on something. So so for me, that's what works.
Yep.
Also, you can't ship anything anymore for practically less than $5. And it doesn't matter how small it is. So I'm not eating $5 in every single sale. So there's no reason for that.
See, I build it into my price, and I have best offer on everything, because even those shitty offers, for me, I feel like if somebody makes an offer, even if I don't accept it, it bumps that item up in the search because it's active and people are showing interest in it. But what this shows you guys is that you can ask anybody a question and they're going to give you a different answer. Mm-hmm. When it comes to this, it really is about your preference, and everyone's going to have a reason.
You have to figure out
what
works best for you, because you and I sell entirely different items. So and Katy and I sell different items. So everybody's business model is going to be very different. You have to figure out what works for you. In 20 plus years of selling, I have done it every way. I have done calculated shipping. I have done free shipping. I have done set price shipping. I have done, best offers on everything. I have done no best offers on everything. Sending offers to buyers didn't exist until a year and a half or 2 years ago. So running sales didn't always exist. That's only been around for a few years now. Doing promoted listings has only been around for about 4 or 5 years now. So all of that stuff is all different and new. And I've tried and will try every combination that is available to me in order to make the sale, in order to convert the sales.
Well, and you can see our friend Trish is in the chat, and I think she's the prime example, because we all sell clothing, but we do it so differently, and yet we all have successful businesses on the way that we approach it. So there's never going to be any one way. And that's why when you're watching people on YouTube or listening to people tell you how things should go, if they're telling you this is the way to do it, this is the only way,
is the right way,
this is how is the right way to do it,
they're full of shit.
They're doing you a disservice, because we always back up everything we say. This is how I do it, but it works differently for other people. So you really have to be in tune to your own business.
Anybody that tells you that their way is the only way is absolutely full of shit. And if they're charging you money to tell you that their way is the only way and follow their model and that's the only way, then they're really doubly full of shit. Because the reality is that every single business model is entirely different. Unless you are selling exactly the same exact item that they are and following their business model exactly the same way to get the same exact results, then their business model is not going to work for you.
Yeah. All right, let's go on. We need to get through this show. So let's go to the next one. This one, nothing exciting. Again, I think that's worth showing you guys first of all, it's because I didn't have very many exciting sales this week, so I'm going to be completely honest. But second of all, I think it does matter to show you, look, not everything has to be like a rap tee or a movie t-shirt or whatever. There's so much bread and butter out there that shouldn't be selling for only $15. This t-shirt, it's just a whale t-shirt. I love me some whale t-shirts. I think I have one in my haul today to show you. I always sell them. This one I paid like $5 for, and I'm not even going to show you you guys can go on flippertools.com and check how much I sold for. But just to move this along a little bit, I'm not going to do that. This t-shirt I sold for $59.49 because right now I have a 15% off sale going on in my store. So I bought it for $5 and sold it for $60, you guys. It's just a 90s t-shirt with some whales on it. I think it's cool. I think they're majestic, those awesome whales in their eternal song, but it's a cool shirt. So you know what? Bread and butter, vintage tees. I'm all about it.
Allison, I'll briefly answer your question. Thank you for the super chat, honey. Are we looking forward to eBay's pay-per-click campaign? I'm going to say I don't think either one of us are interested in using it, and thoughts and our reasons why. We both used it for well over a year on Etsy, and it does not work on Etsy. So I do not see that it's going to work any better on eBay. You're paying, and even going back even farther, I used to use it when it was Google pay-per-click, when it was pay-per-click for Google ads on eBay, when eBay had that back in the day, 15 plus years ago. So I'm going to tell you that for me, it did not work.
Yeah. Etsy's pay-per-click worked for me fantastically until it didn't. There was a time where I was using it. I think I was doing $5 a day on there, and I was getting like almost half of my sales were from those ads. And then all of a sudden, it was literally like from 1 week to the next, it dropped. Like, I don't know what they changed and how their algorithms work or what happened.
It stopped.
It stopped working to the point where I was paying more for the advertising that I was making in sales. So yeah. So I'll see. I might test it out.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it again at another point, but I'm going to tell you, am I looking forward to it? No. Will I use it? Probably not. May I test it at some point on a few things? Maybe, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Between promoted listings and sending offers to buyers and the fact that fees are as high as they are and shipping is as high as it is, my profit margin has shrunk so much over the last 3 to 5 years from where it used to be that I do not see any benefit in order for me to be giving more of it away.
Yep, absolutely. All right, next up for you. Well, look at you and your t-shirt.
Speaking of Allison,
look at you showing off your
t-shirts. We joked about this before because Allison had one of these and you had one of these, the same exact t-shirt. I've had this freaking t-shirt for 2 goddamn years.
I think I sold mine for like $70
or something. 2 years. I couldn't sell this damn thing. And I couldn't sell. I'd given offers for $30, $40. I don't know how many dollars. Guess how much I sold it for finally?
Do you know?
I do. Okay, you don't have to do flipper tools because we're trying to move it along.
How much?
$99.95. $99.95.
What?
It finally sold. I don't even think it's worth that, but whatever. It finally sold.
Oh, Deb says that she had that one too. I'm assuming it's Deb. She sells a reseller. I had that one too. Oh man, everybody's got it. It's a cool shirt. Anyway, congratulations on finally selling
I was so glad that thing sold. I was like, thank God it finally sold.
Okay. Next up. So this one, listen, I bought this last week at, or a couple weeks ago at Yesterday's Fits. They were having a sale, like buy one, get one free of all their plastic hanger stuff. So I only paid $5 for the shirt. That's the only reason I picked it up. I'm like, $5. Like I'll pick up these fraternity pledge t-shirts and stuff occasionally, but I'm kind of over it. But it was only $5. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to get it. It's vintage from 2000, whatever. So I got it. I listed it. It literally sold within 1 day on Grailed. I paid $5 for it and it sold. I listed it for $69 and then it was $8 shipping on Grailed. They paid the full $77.
What is the 2000.5?
I don't know if it was like halfway through the year. I'm assuming it was like their second dance or something like that. They probably had like it's 0.5. That's my assumption.
That's weird.
Yeah. But anyway, it's just a long sleeve t-shirt, nothing exciting, but maybe somebody who went to school there and was in the fraternity. But anyway, $77, guys. So I was pretty stoked about that. It was just one of those unexpected, like, what? I expected I'd maybe sell it for $50. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Hey, I wonder if Teresa still has hers.
Well, this is not one of the desirable screen masks, by the way. It is made by Fun World, but it is not the rubbery kind, and it has the bend on the bottom. It has you put the fake blood in it, and then you pump it through like this fake blood thing, and it's used. It wasn't new, right? So whatever. I think I picked it up at a garage sale for $1 just to see if it was going to be worth selling, and then I saw that, oh yeah, it is kind of worth it. So I guess I'll sell it. So this was listed for probably a year. I think I listed it right before Halloween last year and it didn't sell, but it's still been listed this whole time. It finally sold. It sold for $79.99.
Nice. Yeah, Teresa had one of them and she priced it really high. And man, she got a lot of really angry messages from people demanding to know how dare she list it for so high. It wasn't the one that was worth that much. And people get real bent out of shape over how you price your stuff. It's ridiculous. But anyway, good sale. Good sale.
That was a decent one. It might have been $69.99. Sorry, I'm not sure.
Nice. I think that Allison.
I don't know. Whoever wants to double check me, feel free to. We're gonna try to move along instead of going to Flipper Tools. Whatever it was either $69 or $79.
All right. So this MC Escher shirt, I just got this one too. This has only been listed for a couple of weeks. I did pay up a little bit for it. I paid $60 for it. So this isn't like a huge price. I know I could have gotten more, but again, I'm just trying to get keep my numbers up. And as long as I'm making some money, it's like, whatever. I have a never ending source with yesterday's fits and Jesse. It's not like I'm ever going to run out of stuff to get there.
Exactly.
So if I can make a quick $40, fine.
Keep flipping it. Keep flipping it.
So yeah, somebody made the offer and I'm like, you know what? Who cares? I'm selling it for 108. So that's it. But the MC Escher stuff is pretty popular. It's pretty cool. So I was happy to have it in my store for a little bit and to sell it real quick. Ooh, you sold this.
Yeah, this is nothing special. This is a vintage Levi's trucker jacket. I know you can't tell that by the one photo, but what I wanted to talk about this is I picked up a bunch of horror patches and I did a little test thing and I had put some patches on a couple of jackets. So I picked this jacket up for $10 and then I put
what you mean Crystal put it on?
Yeah, Crystal put it on. It was just an iron-on one. It wasn't but you know, she's better at that even than I am.
Yeah.
She didn't have to sew it on. But I picked up the patches for I think $3 or $4 a piece from a vendor. And then I was going to upcycle them on a couple of jean jackets that were kind of already broken in, so it didn't look too brand new. So it was vintage 1990s Levi's jacket. I paid $10 for the jacket. I paid $3 or $4 for the patch, and it sold for $80.
Nice work. All right. Next up.
Oh, I like that one.
So I've sold a couple of these Michigan J Frog t-shirts. I think they're cool. The other one I had was, I think, a better one that was like double-sided. But this was a dead stock one. I only paid like $25 for it. I got it from Jesse again, but it's new with tags. And so I've had it listed for a couple of months. And so again, somebody offered me 108 and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. So I went ahead and sold it for 108. But like I said, I paid like $25 for it. I like all the Warner Brothers, Looney Tunes stuff. I'm always going to pick it up if it's a good graphic. And I always like this character, the frog character, that whole little cartoon short always makes me laugh. But anyway, good little flip. Next.
This one I'd actually posted about on eBay a little bit. I had picked this up at, not on eBay, I posted on Facebook, sorry. I had picked this up at the bins a little while ago, maybe a month or two ago. So I paid $3 or $4. This is a vintage 1970s Christian Dior velour robe. And I had this listed on Thrilling. I had it listed on all of my platforms, but Thrilling does these cute little collections that they advertise on their social media. And one of the collections that they did was a Dior through the years, and it had a bunch of photographs of all different Dior items, and this was one of the items that they had highlighted. Cool. And they pull from all the different sellers on their platforms, and they've highlighted a couple of Dana's pieces before with some of their collections, and I was excited to see my thing. Well, it sold 2 days later, and it sold for $169.95.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's really difficult for us to show our Thrilling sales because it's just they have kind of a janky system for how it's like you can just see a list of pricing, and I don't know. There's no easy way to show a picture with the amount on it. So,
Tommy, for the Levi's jacket, I just put vintage 90s Levi's trucker jean denim jacket, Michael Myers patch. That was what I'd put for the title.
Yeah. And
then when I put in the description, I just put it was a new patch on a vintage jacket. That's it.
Yep. All right. Next up, I have this. This is like my one sale on Mercari this last week. I sold it for $100. I've had this shirt for quite a while. I've had it for like a year. I think I bought it last year when I was doing a lot of the virtual fleece stuff. But I think I paid like $30 for it, but I've been trying to sell it forever. I think it's a super cool shirt. I don't know why it's taken so long to sell. But somebody offered 100, asked if I would take 100 on Mercari. And I was like, you know what? I sure will. Cause I think I sent it out as offers to buyers on eBay 1,000,000 times for 100. So sold for 100. But sometimes you get those things where you're like, it's super cool. Why isn't this selling? What's taking so long? This is like one of the coolest shirts ever, but sold for $100.
Naomi asked, is Grailed, I think you mean Grailed. Grailed is on List Perfectly.
Yes.
CrossLister, I think, is that free program. I don't know anything about CrossLister. I don't use that. None of us use that. I know it's a subpar program, but I don't know anything about it. So I don't know what platforms they support. Yeah. I do know that it is on List Perfectly, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
And this was one of my other sales that, again, I'm sorry, Thrilling is very hard for us to show you the sales. This is a vintage 1990s cachet velvet dress. It's like a very tiny, it was like a size 2 or a size 4. It's a crushed velvet brown dress, and it had these really pretty beaded straps, and that actually sold for $60. So something that I probably couldn't sell for, I don't know, 25 or 30 on eBay. Cachet is not exactly a great thing, but.
Well, all right, last one. So this is actually something that I sold on Thrilling. I sold 3 things for a total of $200 on Thrilling this last week. With Thrilling, both of us send in our listings on Etsy, and they basically take all of our pictures and everything from Etsy and our pricing and all that from Etsy. So I had this, you can see here, I have it. It's on sale for $97.99. So it was listed on Etsy at $99.99, which is how much it sold for on Thrilling. This is just a cool, just a Reno Air Races jacket from the 80s. I know I bought it in a thrift store, so I probably paid less than $10 for it, but I've had it for quite a while. And this is how bad Thrilling is sometimes. Like they basically create titles out of your titles on Etsy, and they're not always right. So this
is terrible because our titles are already good, but whatever it is.
Well, it'll be like a let's say Pittsburgh Steelers t-shirt, and it'll just say 90s NFL t-shirt. It's like, what? Why would you?
So bad.
Anyway, but this was listed as Reno Air Races t-shirt. Because when I saw the little thing come up saying I sold this t-shirt, I'm like, I don't remember having a Reno Air Races t-shirt for $100. Yeah, it was called a t-shirt, but the pictures, it's obviously a jacket and not a t-shirt. So I'm not too worried that somebody is confused. But anyway, again, I've had this for a while. Sold it for $100. They keep 10% and the rest of it goes in my PayPal. So
yep. So calling us, Thrilling takes a flat 10% on the sale price.
Takes a flat 10% and the rest of it goes. And then PayPal.
When they pay you weekly, PayPal takes the 3%.
3% on top of that. So anyway, so it's a pretty good deal. All right, I think we're doing all right. We're doing
okay for time.
We've got like 30 minutes. 30 minutes before
we're gonna
jet on out of here. So why don't you go ahead and show us what you have to show?
I think I can do mine all in one take.
All right, go ahead.
All right,
you guys
go for it.
You guys ready for this?
So one of the other things I picked up at a Goodwill, I think I was with Katy at Goodwill. This was a couple weeks ago, but they had gone to Crystal early. Was I had picked up these vintage Victoria's Secret, so gold label, which is like the 80s into early 90s gold label, total like satin pajamas. So it's the top and the bottom, and they're in a larger size. But this is so late 80s, early 90s as far as this pattern goes. They had a little rip in them, but Crystal, the Wonder Lister, fixed them. And they have this little laced collar and everything and lace around the edges. They're just very, very pretty in a larger size. Satin, vintage Victoria's Secret, very romantic cottagecore type of pattern. And this is definitely all of those keywords. I have these listed for like $75. I know they're just pajamas, but I guarantee they're going to sell for more than 50.
Cheryl, we're going to like 20 after, so we've got almost 30 minutes. So
yeah, we just
adjust your time warning.
We have tickets to go see the Van Gogh exhibit at 4:00, and we have to get there, and it's downtown.
Like 25 minutes
and it's Life is Beautiful weekend, and it's a freaking hot mess. Okay, does anybody remember the 90s for this style, right? So these are dead stock. These I picked up from my weekly source that I pick up from. So I paid $4. I paid $4 an item. So these are dead stock DKNY cargo pants, and they're satin.
They're very shiny.
They're satin cargo pants with like the ties on the end. I totally had a pair of these. Mine were black. I wore them everywhere. It was when I was super tiny, and I loved these. These were like my favorite club pants. So these are totally a throwback to the 90s. I loved these. I have these listed for like $129. I'm pretty sure they're going to sell on Etsy, Depop, maybe Thrilling. eBay lately doesn't have the younger generation that's wearing the throwback stuff from the 90s. So I think those are going to sell somewhere else. But I loved these. Yeah, they would be a good red carpet look if my fat ass could still fit in something like this. They would be. But yes, total crop top and high heels or Doc Martens. I used to wear like boots with chunky heels with these. Totally. They've got the little tie bottoms at the ankles. Yeah, loved these. Loved these. I had them in black. Anyway, so they're dead stock, and I'm loving them. What else did I pick up? Oh, this was kind of fun. I might
have to put that on sometime.
I don't think it'll fit you. It's actually no, it's not a onesie. It's pretty small.
So
it's a onesie, but I can't use the word onesie, so you could use one piece. So it was 25% off day. My daughter and I went to Savers on Thursday, which I really hate Savers lately because it's, check yourself out there. So apparently I now work at Savers. Don't get me started with that.
Customer
Nonsense.
service there is terrible.
Oh, it's terrible. And anyway, it's totally.
That is because you work.
I know. It's true. So this is only $6.99. Usually their prices are astronomical here lately. $6.99, totally dead stock. That's super stiff and crunchy. You can tell somebody never wore this. But Fireball whiskey, one piece.
I think I would be able to fit into this.
Maybe. The legs are real tiny.
Just call me fat, you guys.
I did not call you fat. They're very tiny. Anyway, so this, I'll probably sell this. There's a few of them listed. I don't know why it zips all the way up. I guess if you wanted to like cover your entire face too, but
doubles as a sleeping bag.
I guess if you wanted to wear this,
drink your Fireball, you pass out.
Be like
in the snow,
the Kim Kardashian of the red carpet with the Fireball thing instead of wearing all black. Whatever, I don't know. So like $60, $65. Let's see. Next. What else? Oh, these are kind of fun. So we were joking today in one of our chats with the admins is that apparently Jazzercise is back. Guys, do a little Google. Apparently Jazzercise is back. 80s Jazzercise is back. So I paid about $4 a piece. $4 a piece for these. These are also dead stock. They're tiny though, super tiny. Like my kid could wear them.
Stretchy.
My tiny child who is a size 00. I don't know how she came from me, but anyway. These are dead stock 80s leotards with the super high cut.
The high cut.
Here's one, and here's another one, like super high cut. And the brand is Gilda Marks, M-A-R-X, Gilda Marks by California Body.
Let's get physical.
So yeah, so these are like they sell for like $40 to $50 a piece. If you look up this brand, I thought they were bathing suits, and then I got them home and I took a quick look at the brand, and I realized that they're all like bodysuits and leotards. So totally tiny little leotards for I guess aerobics, Pilates, jazzercise, whatever. I'm gonna use all those keywords. Let's see. This was a Savers find as well. About $5 I paid for this. Just a vintage all over like 80s pantsuit, like denim pantsuit coveralls type of thing, which I'm going to try to get this listed as quickly as I can because this is a big purchase for Halloween for costumes like Rosie the Riveter and all that kind of stuff.
Canadian Michael Myers.
Sure. Michael Myers. Lots of women wear these for like Rose. I have one that I wear. I have a Rosie the Riveter costume I'll wear occasionally. And I have a pair of these overall type things. But this is women's, not men's. So they'll probably sell for like $65, $70. Always pick up denim coveralls. Men's and women's. They sell very well. Let's see. Bins find for maybe 50 cents because it's light. Just a vintage reverse print rain spooner in red. And then it's a Dietrich. I don't know.
I like it.
Vicres, Dietrich something or other. Juarez. I can't read the last name. But it's just an all over, reverse print. Very nice one. Probably sell this for about $60. Nice red and white print.
Cotton too. It's nice.
Yeah, it's a nice cotton. I'm going fast. I know, guys. Sorry.
Bam, bam, bam.
Also, dead stock. These are from Savers. This is about $5. Vintage. I would say 60s. Old man PJs. So with the dead stock fold in them. 2 pieces. Katy and I were talking about this. I still remember my grandpa wearing these kind of PJs.
My grandpa did too.
With the elastic waist, with the snap fly on these things. They still have all the dead stock fold in them.
And the crispiness. They need to
they're super crispy.
They need to wash with some fabric softener.
But they are definitely like crunchy. Like I don't know how that would feel nice. They're not very soft. Not very soft on the skin. But I do so well. You guys hear me talk about all the time, so well with vintage pajamas and robes, men's and women's. Don't sleep in the vintage pajamas section.
Well, I mean,
well, you could, but
don't
don't
sleep in them and then sell them.
and then sell them.
And don't sleep.
Right.
All that.
Ricky Ricardo.
Whoever
PJs.
thought like a
Yes.
button-down shirt was a good idea for sleeping in? Like, they had T-shirts back then. Come on.
Let's see. This was also Savers. I had a pretty good day at Savers, considering it was late in the afternoon and it was sale day. So strangely, I was able to do pretty well. This I paid about $6 for. This is a vintage, definitely 70s, big wide spread collar. Also Hawaiian. It's just basically an all-over print, like a Hawaiian island print, with the more like a Hawaiian wedding shirt, because it has the pockets in the front, and it has the carved buttons.
Cool.
So 70s, decent size price, decent size. So it's like it's not tagged, so it's probably handmade. But I'll probably list this because of the style in the $50 to $60 range. $1. Goodbye, Jen. Let's see.
What else you got?
I got about 5 more things, and then I'll be done. Then Katy can go. Look at that. I'm going to stay right on task.
You're good.
Also, Savers, $3.99. I don't know what they were thinking. $3.99. So it was 25% off of that. So it was under $4 for this dress. This is a vintage 70s. Cute little tag. Jarrell's Sweetheart. Just a 70s cute little disco dress. It's got like a little spaghetti strap top.
Won't you take me to Funky Town? Won't you take me to?
This is the type of dress,
Funky
again,
Town.
that looks really, really cute on a mannequin, which is what will sell it, because it's going to look really nice on the mannequin. Someone's going to look at that and go, oh, that'll look cute on me. I'm going to buy that.
I know.
And again, when you're talking about vintage clothing, I know people love the flat lays. Flat lays are great for pants, jeans, t-shirts, sweaters. When you're talking about dresses, please do yourself a favor and buy a mannequin. Dresses look like shit in a flat lay. I don't care who you are. A dress is not going to look good on a flat lay unless it is a straight, flat sheath dress that you can take one photo of from standing above and doesn't need to be spread out in any way. A dress needs to be shown 3-dimensionally. It does not look nice in a flat lay. It just doesn't. Okay, I'm going to talk about, I got one more thing at Savers. So I just showed you guys that vintage Christian Dior robe that I just sold for $170 on Thrilling. Well, what did I find at Savers this week for about $8 was the same tag, vintage 1970s Christian Dior for Neiman Marcus.
And this one's way cooler.
This one is a satin 1970s robe with a floral print that I think I'll sell for probably about the same price. It's very pretty.
Next.
And then the next 3 things, my last 3 things I'm going to talk about is the are 3 items that I got from the big box that our viewer Sylvia sent to me. 2 of them need a couple of little repairs. I have no money invested in these. She would not let me send her any money, and she just told me to graciously say thank you and accept. So I have, and thank you again, Sylvia. And they need a couple of little sewing repairs, but they're well worth it. One of them is this adorable cottagecore vintage 70s dress in this little like calico print on the top with this little plaid skirt with the more calico on the bottom. It has little side ties. It's very tiny. I would say it's a small to an extra small. It looks very similar to what it could be a Gunny Sacks, but it is absolutely handmade. It is not a machine-made dress. But somebody probably made this for their child, or made it for themselves, and they loved Gunny Sacks and wanted that in that style in the 70s. It's in really, really sweet condition. Needs a couple of stitches in it, and I think that this will sell. And it's a shorter one too. It's not it's like just below the knee. It's like a midi dress. So this will probably be listed in the $100 range or so. It's very cute. And I love the color and the pattern.
Very cute.
Another one is this vintage H-Bar C, which is a Western brand of it's a brand of Western wear. They actually still have some clothing made by this company, I believe, or real close to more modern, but this is an older piece. This is a men's, just pearl snap front. This is like a 60s, 70s Western rockabilly shirt.
Love it.
It's fantastic. It has all the snaps up the sleeves. It has a little bit of the seam needs to be resewn. But once I do that, this is actually going to be a very good shirt. This will probably sell also in the $125 range.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic shirt. Super, super fun rockabilly pinup look for men. And then lastly that I'm going to show, this also came from the box from Sylvia. This is a vintage. I would say that this one is probably late 50s to early 60s. And this is the brand, which seems to have spanned a few decades, but I'm guessing based on this style what it is, 50s to 60s. Their tag seems to go into the 80s from what I could tell. The brand on this is Carly. But this one is just a really cute shirt dress. Sorry, let me see if I can button one so you can kind of see what it looks like. With these great sleeves that have some that you can tie, like these bell sleeves that you can tie, that have these really pretty lace accents. And then the front also has that same placketing and then has some like little fun balls on them, which is why I'm thinking they're more like this is more like a 60s feel, early 60s. That's like 60s jewelry right there. And then the skirt even has pockets. It's a nice big full skirt. So I love this dress as well. This one doesn't have any damage to it that I can see. It looks like it's got a little bit of soiling on the bottom hem of one spot. And I'll probably also list this in the $100 range. Nice full skirt. This would look really nice on the mannequin as well. This would be a really great rockabilly pinup style dress. Even though it probably goes into the 60s, I think it's going to look a lot like a 50s style dress. So,
all right. You good?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Now I've got like 12 minutes to do some fast t-shirt working. So I went to yesterday's fits, and Jesse's getting real good at knowing when he should set certain things aside for me. So I think he had like 3 or 4 different ski t-shirts. This is a cool Vail, Colorado, nice, super worn and faded long sleeve t-shirt based on the tag. I'd say 80s, late 80s Hanes, but just a really nice fade to it. Nice ski t-shirt. Love me my ski stuff. And then when we were in Long Beach and we went to Retro Row, where stuff was super expensive, I did pay $30 for this t-shirt I'm going to show you, but I'm going to list it for like $100. Definitely paid out probably more than I normally would, but I just wanted something. So I went ahead and got this because I thought it was a super awesome graphic. That pink is even brighter. Look at this pink right here.
Ooh, it's really bright. It's even brighter than my hair.
Yeah. If you're
trying to say?
Pay attention to me for 10 minutes.
I am.
I love the graphic on this, and it's a wrap around. The stripe is wrapped around, so this is very 80s, and it's in excellent condition. Almost dead.
Just gave me static rubbing that on my hair.
Yeah, almost dead stock, but it actually does say 87 right on the graphic. But seriously, guys, this is a dope t-shirt right there. It's dope. Now, guess what? I am actually going to keep Vikki's attention. I don't even have to force her, because she's going to start busting in the song here in a second. I got a bunch of really cool t-shirts that she's super jealous of and wants to steal from me. But Jesse has like a bunch of stuff that he has up on his eBay store and needed to make some room in his eBay bins. So he told me to go through the t-shirts and see if there's anything in there that I wanted. And I found a bunch of band tees. And this one over here, real jealous. Starting out here. Now this is
She's my cherry pie.
So Vikki's gonna be singing. So this is a Warrant t-shirt. This is actually a really nice size.
Mind you, my child is also singing the song right now. I just want you to know that I trained her well. She will put down as some of her favorite music is 80s hair bands.
So this Warrant Eats America tour, 1989. This is so nicely faded.
I saw that tour.
It's a good size, but and I washed it. I actually did bleach this. It's on a Springford tag. This one, most of them I paid like we'll say $30 to $50. There were a couple I paid up for more. I think I paid like $50 for this. But just a cool.
I knew I liked you, Jamie. That's one of my favorites, and also one of my first concerts too.
There are more band tees coming, but first I wanted to show this one right here. This William Wegman t-shirt. Look at that. I actually paid up quite a bit for this. I actually paid $80 for this.
Wegman is known, if you don't know, Wegman is an artist that is known for photographing specifically Weimaraner dogs and all different strange poses and configurations. And the artwork is very collectible. People love Wegman Weimaraner artwork. So I have no doubt that t-shirt is going to
so I paid up for it because he had it listed on eBay and he had like 12 people following it. I think he had it listed for like I don't remember how much he had listed for, but so he was like, I gotta ask for $80. And I was like, you know what? I don't care, because I think this is a really cool piece to have in my store and also have in my Instagram, and I'll be able to make some money on it. I think I'll be able to sell it for at least $150. But it's just a cool graphic. Puppy dog and skates. Next up, I have this Cover Girls. The Cover Girls.
I don't know that one. I'm not singing it. I don't know that band.
We can't go wrong. This one is 1989 Cover Girls t-shirt. Again, this is how you learn your tags, guys. 1989. That's what a Hanes tag looked like in 1989. This one's also a nice big size. It's in pretty good condition. It's got a little spot on the back of it. I haven't done any comps on this one. I think I don't
even know who the Cover
I paid
Girls
like
are.
$40 for it, $30-$40 for it. But it's a great graphic, cool shirt. Sometimes you just got to go on instinct, man.
Oh, come go with me. You're right, Jacob.
There you go.
Come go with me.
All right, next up, we now bring back Vikki and her singing. We've got XYZ.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing that one.
What an awesome! I love the graphic on this shirt. So XYZ.
The lead singer Terry Lewis is a friend of mine, though.
Oh,
Katie's met him.
Oh, the troubles of names.
You met Terry?
Yeah, I do like Terry. He's very, very French.
Oui,
It's
oui.
very thick French accent. Very nice guy. But XYZ. I think the graphic on this shirt is super dope. I don't know why I'm saying dope today. And then the back it says "The better to eat you with, my dear." Very naughty, risque. Tour 1991-92. But again, a lot of these, I got some smaller ones, but these are pretty decent sizes. Like, this is a good size shirt.
Pat Fontaine is also a friend of mine. You met Pat briefly once.
Are we still talking about people you know?
Yeah. Just two people in that band. I don't know the other guys. I only know.
Although
Terry
I will
and
say XYZ is one of those bands that you have to really be a hardcore fan of.
And I'm not. I'm not a hardcore fan of the music.
No,
I just happen to know.
Let me finish my sentence. You have to be a hardcore fan of this particular genre of music to even have ever heard of them, because I've never heard of XYZ until getting together with you. But anyway, I think the graphics really cool with the wolf.
You met Pat at Laura's birthday party where you met Terry. He was there too.
All right. I have to put that in my diary. Next up, I have the Striper t-shirt. This is from
friends.
Oh, they're friends of yours as well?
Acquaintances. Only two of them. Again.
This is from 1986. So Striper, they were a Christian hair band back in the 80s, but they did cross over. But a lot of their stuff's going to have Christian stuff on it. 777 to Hell with the Devil. This is like a really heavy graphic on here for some reason. It's got some wear and fade to it. But again, I think this one, I don't think I paid more than like $40. But I had two other Striper t-shirts, and I think I sold them both for like around $150, $200. So we'll see. Again, I haven't done comps on these, so I think I have a couple more band t-shirts where we have time. Okay. But I have a three-fer here called a three-fer. These are from the 1984 Olympics. They're really cool. This one's got soccer, but I have three shirts that are all part of a series. And these ones also are pretty good size. Like, they say extra large, and they're on that sneakers tag I was talking about earlier. They say extra large. They're definitely not extra large, but
they're probably large though.
But they are for an early 80s t-shirt, pretty good size. So this one is soccer, and then I've got one that is cycling, and then I've got one that is the Olympic torch. And so 80s t-shirts, I think some of these 80s t-shirts do pretty well. Again, I didn't comp these ones. I don't know specifically, but I paid like $15 a piece.
I think those are pretty cool. I don't think there's anything else like those. I've never seen anything. Olympic stuff is pretty common, some of it, but those I've never seen anything like that.
So I paid $15 a piece. I'll probably try to sell, I'll probably list them for 100 and hope they sell for like 60 a piece. We'll see. But again, going back to best offers, I do sales, best offers, all that stuff. Next up, Vikki, I got 2 Big Johnson t-shirts. One of them she forbade me from showing on the show. But as you know, all Big Johnson t-shirts are very naughty and risque,
very inappropriate.
But this one she was able to stomach. The other one she said, no way, you're not showing that while I'm on.
Too inappropriate.
Too inappropriate. So anyway, but this one is Big Johnson pumpers. It is a firefighter one. So it says Big Johnson pumpers, fully equipped for hard or soft suction.
I guarantee that one's going to sell
really
well because firefighter stuff sells very well anyway. And now dirty firefighter stuff, yeah, you're going to do well with it.
Timothy says we can take it. She likes to get dirty. Big Johnson pumpers, and then of course they always have the stuff. It says if you want a pumper, pull out the Big Johnson. Heyo, 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 heyo. Anyway, but I've been on the lookout for these, so Jesse's been hanging on to them for me because it takes me back to my high school.
Seriously, Greg, an executive decision was made. It was pushing the envelope. We joke, but I was like, no, I'm sorry, no, that was too much.
Here's another ski one that he set aside for me. Short skis suck. I think that's a nice little graphics and 80s t-shirt. All right, a couple more band shirts. I'm trying to get through these fast. A couple more band shirts here. Next up, we've got Hurricane. This is the over the edge.
That's another pretty obscure
1988 t-shirt.
I think you'll do well with that one just because Hurricane does have a fan base, and that's a very early one. They're not a band that like still has any relevance. So a fan would like something like that because there's not a lot of it out there.
Yeah. So this is one of the ones I paid up for. I paid $100 for this one.
I love this one
from 1992. This Summer Strut 1992 in Anaheim, July 17th. So first of all, guys, when you're talking about band shirts, some of those shirts, like there'll be a bazillion of, let's say, a Metallica t-shirt. They made however many thousands of them. They sold them along their tour. This one is from one date. So there's going to be a limit to how many of these are out there. So
if any.
From July 17th, 1982 in Anaheim. The headliner was Foreigner, guys. So first of all, the headliner was Foreigner. But look at who the opening bands were. Specifically,
bands.
So Loverboy, Scorpions, and then the smallest font on there is Iron Maiden, guys. So Iron Maiden opening for freaking Foreigner. But this t-shirt's so worn out.
Iron Maiden opened for Foreigner and Loverboy and the Scorpions. Come on now. This shirt, I guarantee, is going to be your friggin' moneymaker right there.
I love it. I think it's pretty cool. So
an Iron Maiden fan, first of all, Iron Maiden fans are rabid to begin with. Still, they spend up big money on good t-shirts, especially the rare ones. And that's got to be super rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, see, Greg's like effing incredible. I agree. I think that one is amazing.
Next up, I have a Sammy Hagar t-shirt. This one I think I paid like $84. This one's like a really nice size too. Again, for an 80s t-shirt. This is from 1984. And I think I paid $80 for it. So actually it sells for a couple hundred. But a nice worn, faded baseball tee. Next up, this one's real worn and faded, but I always do well with the Def Leppard Pyromania.
That's an early one too.
1983 tour. Rock Till You Drop tour till we drop.
That was he still had 2 arms then.
Yeah. So just a really cool shirt. This one I think I paid 80 or 100 on. And then next up, another band shirt. Vikki tried to steal this from me. I said no.
Let's get naughty, naughty.
So danger, danger. I think the graphic on this is awesome. I love the graphic on this. This is the 1990 Naughty tour. This one, it's in great condition. On Screen Stars tag, it says medium, but this one definitely.
I'll have you know that
I
have drumsticks and a backstage pass from that tour because I saw them play at Rocky Point. That's actually probably that album is definitely in my top 10 hair metal albums of all time.
Now I think this shirt's cooler than all of them because I'm not a big hairband person, but this is
I know where they are now, Greg.
Sacred Reich. This was actually I think they're going to be putting out another album potentially soon. But Sacred Reich is an 80s thrash metal band. They are one of the handful of bands that kind of brought about the resurgence of the second wave of thrash metal in the late 80s. So just really,
and they
really
are
cool. They're not
a Nazi
Nazis.
band.
No, they're anti. They're the opposite. And this shirt, actually, this one is Crimes Against Humanity. And here's the lyrics to their song. Part of the lyrics to their song, Crimes Against Humanity. It's like all about pollution, air pollution.
About 90
so they're
seconds.
they're very anti-war, peace, all that stuff. Love everybody. But they're thrash metal, so they gotta look hardcore and cool, man. So this one definitely gonna try and sell for at least 200. I think I listed it for 300, Greg. Almost done, guys. I gotta show this real quick. Dead stock, new with tags, Magic Eye t-shirt. Guys, Vikki has never even heard of Magic Eye. She didn't know what I was talking about. And I'm like, those posters that everybody was obsessed with in the 90s where you look at them and you stare at them and you kind of make your eyes go unfocused and then another thing pops out. She has no idea what I'm talking about. I listed this one for $200 though because it's dead stock, new with tags. People have sold other ones for way too cheap. I say, no way, Jose. It's a good size. $150, $200. We'll see what happens. I'm going to make it happen.
You did kill it this week. She's got some great stuff this week, guys.
Mm-hmm. Last two things, and then we'll jump off here. This is a Fred Flintstone 1987 Big Kahuna, I'm going to say tiki kind of Hawaiian surfer t-shirt. It's got kind of the puffy print. You can't see how bright these colors are on camera, really. This is a fantastic look. I actually paid $40 for this when we were in Long Beach, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get $150 out of this puppy because this is just an awesome graphic. And it's just a really cool 80s surfer t-shirt. And Flintstones always do well. And then the last thing, we went to this one shop. I literally bought, they had a lot of like fake vintage t-shirts. This was like the one real vintage shirt that they had in there. And I bought it. I paid up for it, paid $75, all over prints, 1989 DC Comics Batman t-shirt. I plan to sell this for minimum $150. But just a really cool DC Comics single stitch, all over print, although nothing on the back.
Flintstone Tiki Core.
Yeah, Flintstone Tiki Core. All right, that's it, guys.
That's it. It's a wrap.
That's it. That's a wrap.
Wait, quick check-in. We've been talking about our weight loss. I want to check in.
Oh, go ahead. Check in. You've lost more weight than me this week. So, yeah, tell them. What'd you do? Tell them.
All right. So, since August 1st, I am down 17 pounds. And you are?
I'm down 17 something because I lost. I think I only lost like 0.7 this week. So, I'm really, really I'm getting close to 18 right now. So, but yeah, I think I can do another 10. My goal is going to be 10 before the event. So, if I can get down to almost close to 30, I'll be pretty happy. And I see Trish yahooing in the chat.
Shout out Trish to Trish. Is over 40 pounds.
Trish is like killing it. She is going to break the red carpet, guys. I can't wait to see what she brought for her red carpet, or she's bringing for her red carpet, because she has been killing it. And we're pretty stoked about it. So, all right. Anyway, I got to go. We gotta go. Go to our thing that we're going to. I gotta put some stinking shoes on.
The Van Gogh exhibit, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, interactive. We will see you all later. Come find us in the Boss Facebook group. Whatever. We'll see you next Sunday. All right.
Bye guys.